Ah, jeez, bro.
Oh my god. Welcome to the Unpaid Nobodies podcast, everybody. Wow.
Hello.
We're
Hello.
we're here for episode 3 of our Year of Doom,
Yes, we're back.
covering our third MF Doom album.
His best album?
My favorite.
Debatably.
Oh fuck, I have it on
Very
vinyl
good.
like right there. I meant to grab it, but I'll do it later. We'll make
I
it
didn't
the
know you had it on vinyl.
I
That's
do.
dope.
I've been meaning to put it on the wall, but depression.
Life happens.
Yeah, and it's like, which one of these am I going to take
Employment.
down? Because it's not going to be Good Kid, Mad City. It's not going to be the signed Killer Mike.
We'll make room.
We'll make room. Yeah, but yeah, no, Mad Villainy.
Welcome back, everyone. Like, share,
Like,
subscribe,
share, subscribe.
whatever the things are.
Comment. Tell us we suck.
Tell us we suck. Yeah, honestly, start beef with us. There's a 30% chance one of us will make a diss track.
Only way to start us actually writing down our lyrics.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, though.
yeah, no, challenge us to a rap battle unless you're Kendrick Lamar. Please don't.
Wave the
Any
white
rapper.
flag.
Any rapper would beat us.
Yeah, no, like any
Yeah.
actual rapper, like rappers we've had on this show would beat us.
I don't know. I feel like we would last maybe 3 episodes of Wildin' Out.
No.
Episodes of Wild
Oh, if
Out.
it's Wild and Out, I'm funny as fuck. Like I could carry us. Like I am the LeBron James of just being
The
hilarious.
LeBron James? Oh, my God.
Somebody clip that.
Jesus.
This is why we need to be on Twitch.
No.
Somebody clip that.
No, I'm the one who clips things.
My man, that guy.
No, I'm that guy. I have full control over everything because I'm the
Timothy.
LeBron James of this podcast.
All right, well, let's just get into the news. It's a very slow week for news, to be honest.
Yeah,
Starting off with Brandon's favorite artist, Post Malone. It's
shut the fuck up.
It's dropping F1 Trillion.
It's on country.
I was gonna say, is he just owning up to it, just full country?
Seeing
Yeah,
that
it's
name,
confirmed it's a country album.
Seeing that name makes you want to punch a child.
Dude,
Like, bro,
Yeah,
F1
like-
trillion.
like part of me, like I don't know.
No,
like,
I'll punch his wax figure. We'll go with that.
Country's on a big kick right now. There's just
Yeah.
like everyone wants to be part of it.
I know, but it's
I
just
lost my job because of country music.
Yeah, but like it's just Post Malone came up like doing like a cheap hip hop impression, so it's just like, oh, of course this was how this ends. Like,
He's not bad live. When I saw him at Lollapalooza, he's not bad live. It's just his music.
yeah, this is kind of ass.
Kinda
That's the
sucks.
thing. Yeah, and like country is having a moment. Like there are now multiple country artists right now that I genuinely like, which has not been the case for a long time.
I was
Yeah.
told that it's undetermined if it's more that they exist now or just people are paying attention now.
I think it might be people are paying attention now with like artists like Jelly Roll. I think that's the case.
Yeah.
Zach Bryan though, like legitimately is kind of new. Like it's not like he was putting out music in like 2016 or 2018, or like at the level that he is now. So I just think there's a lot of cool stuff going on. And then I do think Beyonce blew it wide open this year.
I was gonna say Beyonce effect.
Yeah, like I think
Yeah, Beyonce definitely got more eyes on it big time.
Yeah,
Her
more
making that
eyes.
album
that was
put
huge.
everyone's eyes on country music.
Yeah. And like I think I'm a big fan of the album that Shabuzi, who was on Cowboy Carter, like he put out. Like I it's not like my favorite album of the year by any stretch, but I think it's a solid piece of work.
Is that this year?
Yeah, came out in May.
Okay, I'll have to visit that. I still have to.
I think
visit
you'd
Beyonce.
like it. Yeah, I think you genuinely would like it.
All right, I'll give it a
Yeah.
try. But yeah, that's like the big announcement. We
Yeah.
have YG is returning with, I believe, a mixtape called Read Up 3.
Oh yeah, love that.
There's the first two, but I'm here for it. In his red bottom church shoes. But I'm here for it. Besides that, we have another Gangsta Grills mixtape. This time he'll be partnering with Gucci Mane called The Greatest of All Trappers, which I mean, it's accurate. I think he belongs or deserves that title. Brandon, we got your guy, Hosier. Or am I saying that right?
Hosier.
Hosier is releasing.
Yeah, he played music from this at Lollapalooza.
Did you like it?
It was excellent. It was one of the best songs of the weekend. It was so good. Yeah. So
that's
yeah, no,
official.
this is gonna be great.
Oh yeah. And then there are rumors about Kid Cudi releasing something today. I was trying to find what the heck it was. I honestly couldn't find it. The only thing I discovered is that the original mixtape is on vinyl that you can buy right now. So that's cool.
Say
Besides
less.
that, yeah, I was gonna say Jasper, go ahead. But besides that, I could not figure out a name or anything. Um, Moving on to the singles, we do have a bunch of collabs going on. We have Chance the Rapper and Joey Perp dropping Bad Boys 2.
That's fun.
Yeah, should be interesting. I just need an album from him.
Yeah.
But anyway, Frostchild is partnering with Danny Brown, dropping Shake It Like a. So Salt Shaker will be in the song. We also have Gina Donaldson partnering with Lil Yachty, coming out with Die For Me. And Lil Yachty has another single coming out that he just announced like an hour ago, but I don't know what it's called. We have Internet Money partnering with Richard Millie, dropping Keep It Cool. And then we have a return of old heads. We have Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga coming out with Die With A Smile.
Yeah, that's gonna do numbers on pop radio.
100%. Yep. I don't think we've had anything. I mean, Bruno Mars had the collab album kind of recently.
Oh yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, but I mean, Lady Gaga more. I feel like it disappears a lot, but that's to be expected. Yeah, she does
That's
a lot of different things.
Yes.
Going to be
yes,
in the
yes.
Joker movie.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
No.
That should be good, though. That should be good. And then we have Baca. He was actually here yesterday. I unfortunately missed him because I didn't know he was in town. He was performing at UIC. But he's dropping a single called A Girl Like You. That should be pretty dope. And then closing out the singles, we have Lupe Fiasco dropping Shrink.
Yeah,
So,
that's wild because he released an album this year, a good one.
yeah, a really good one.
Yeah,
Oh, I need to revisit that. I
it's
gotta
very
revisit.
good. It's very good. I go back to it pretty often. It's sticking for me. I like
It's been a
Samurai a lot.
crazy
Yeah.
year. Yeah,
Dude, it has been a wild year.
crazy. A lot of short albums, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I still gotta listen to JPEG Mafia.
Same.
I still gotta listen to. I know it's not hip hop, but Charlie XCX.
The Brat, is that Brat?
Yeah, Brat. Yeah,
Everyone's been talking about that.
yeah. No, I hear it's incredible, and I love Charlie XCX. Like I saw her at Lollapalooza a couple years ago. Like I really liked her Pandemic album. Like I think she's super talented.
Okay.
But I just haven't gotten around to it.
I do want to check that out. I haven't gotten
Yeah.
around to it. But that's really all the music coming out. Like I said, it's a pretty slower week. In terms of the news that's been going on, TDE is officially 20 years old, which is kind of crazy. Which also makes sense why the big schedule came out this year. I didn't put those two things together, but they've been pretty active and it's all been good.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of wildly good shit. Like I've been listening to the teases for Dochi. She's been dropping teases. They're really good.
Did you see the most recent one that's like actually like a slower, softer one?
No, I have not.
There's a video of her like in a room and it starts off with her like crying on the couch and she's cleaning her room and just like almost singing. And it's very different from her normal music, but it sounds amazing. So highly recommend. But moving on from that, we have Chance the Rapper did perform at Front Porch Presents. This is a relatively newer thing. I tried to do some research into it. I believe it is Chicago based. I think
It is. It is.
Okay.
I know where the studio. I know a bunch of people that have been to that studio and actually recorded out there. It's actually pretty cool. They do shows and all that like once a week during the summer.
Okay,
Have you
And it's
been
just
to the
all
porch?
like it's in the alleyway off a porch, like
Fuck yeah.
No.
That's
true
very
Chicago fashion.
That's
Yeah.
very Chicago.
Very,
Very
very
Chicago.
Chicago. It's like really dope.
I'm here for it. I was trying to like look who else had performed within the last year. I did see BJ the Chicago Kid, Gold Link, and Benny the Butcher. So look, I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I might
that's
have to
cool
check
stuff.
that out. Besides that, we also have the official list for Atlanta's rappers of all time. The top 50 did come out, I believe, either today or yesterday or something like that.
Yeah.
And overall,
Yeah, I don't think
thought
it's
they did okay.
awful. Yeah, I don't think it's like the worst thing I've ever seen.
there
There's
were-
some some placements that are
A little bizarre. Yeah.
a stretch. Yeah.
Should we point out some of the ones? What stood out to you, Jasper? Because you just mentioned it.
So I can't believe Gambino's as low as he is, and I
I think
can't
he was
believe
33.
and
Right?
I can't believe Lil Baby's as high as he is.
Yeah. Little Baby
Those-
is the egregious one for me. It's
Top 10 sounds crazy.
yeah. Top 10 for
Honestly,
Little Baby.
Crazy to me.
Yeah. No.
Hon-
Yeah.
I also can't believe that. Like, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Big Boy made it on the list, seeing as he's not technically from Atlanta. But
Where's
and
he
I'm
from?
He's from Savannah, so like,
Yeah,
Georgia, but
still Georgia.
other more different.
I think it's
Georgia.
the Atlanta music scene because there's a lot of artists on there that aren't born. Like Andre 3000 is not from Atlanta proper. He's from College Park.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. That's like, I guess that's like a slight.
But that's like so
suburb,
close, right?
yeah.
Like that's like so close.
Yeah.
It's like 100% part of like the Atlanta music scene. Like this is not like some.
But didn't you guys say there was like a whole thing recently with like Lotto or something? And
Yeah,
some other
it was
girl
like
that was
over
a whole thing.
It was a while ago. It was
Yeah.
like a couple years ago. But yeah, like the not Atlanta, Amaretta. Yeah. You know, because Atlanta is like a mecca of hip hop. Like it really is like insane how influential Atlanta has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Drake
Jid
did.
is as low as he is. either.
Yeah.
Jed being that low is upsetting, but he's not done. So
Yeah,
I will
he is
allow
like super young, but he's so good, dude. He's
Jid
so
below
good.
Jermaine Dupri is insane.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna say
Like
that.
I got and like there like my biggest one is like I can't believe Killer Mike isn't in the top 10. Like that
Yeah.
He's like 14, right?
Yeah, he's like 14. Yeah. Playboy Cardi is in front of Killer Mike, which like I'm okay with like Playboy Cardi being on that list and even in the teens. Like he is like a very influential character and he's from Atlanta, so that counts. But like above all the Migos and Killer Mike,
Yeah, that's
and
pushing
Jid?
it a little bit.
I don't know. Like I'm not so upset by like the number itself, just like who's behind him. And then yeah, like I think Childish Gambino is like way too low for the guy who made the show.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
And for the way the bit about him is written, you'd think he'd be in the top 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So but they got number 1 and 2 right for sure. Yeah, they got like the
They get better.
Waka Flocka is another one that I think is obscene. Like I think Waka Flocka should easily be in the top 15.
That was a moment. Jesus
Isn't he,
Christ.
or is he like 7? Oh, he's
He's like-
23.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like
he's in the
high.
Which is
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah,
that's
and
crazy.
like I also think Lotto being 25 is pushing it a little bit.
I agree.
Yeah, like I don't think it's like obscene that she's on the list, but like
High 20s, I think, would have been appropriate.
yeah.
You know what they got right though?
But,
Jeezy's in the top 5. Jeezy,
oh, yeah. The top
Jeezy.
5 is pretty
Yeah,
good.
no, like the top 5 is pretty good. Like
The top 10 is pretty good. Minus a
Last
little
time
bit.
I checked, I was the man of these streets.
Yeah, no, that is really good. I completely agree with that. But yeah. And yeah, no, I also think 21 Savage is like properly placed. Like I was happy to see him in like the high teens. Like I think he's like 11.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's fantastic.
They need to follow up with every city. Well, every major.
Yeah, like they'll do. Yeah, I mean you can really
They
do
did
like
this-
New York,
They did. I think they
I think
did this
they did
for
New
New York a while ago,
Yeah.
and maybe Chicago too, didn't they?
maybe.
I'm not sure.
Let's see.
I saw B.O.B. on there, which was crazy. What a throwback.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like that's like the kind of artist I'm okay being in like the 40s, where it's like yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in there. Why not?
Yeah, they did New York. They haven't done Chicago yet.
Chicago would be interesting. L.A. obviously is probably next. Actually,
Yeah, LA should be
it's a lot
nice.
more people to pick. But yeah, that's you guys went to Green Day.
Yeah. So we'll just tease a little bit because, spoiler alert, for our Switch Up September, we'll be covering American Idiot in depth. We will be making Purvis listen to the White Good Kid Mad City over and over and over again.
Dude, yeah, it's an experience. You'll
It
see.
really is. And seeing it live was fantastic.
And I feel
I've
That was
heard
really
good
good.
things. I'm not
And
against it.
I feel like for you, like in terms of the content of it, like not being white is you may not connect with it, but living in the suburbs you will. It's like it's two sides
Yeah.
of the same coin in that respect.
Yeah, like a lot
Different parts.
of yeah. So, and it is just like obscene, like how relevant this album
Yeah.
is still.
Every day it's more so.
Like
yeah.
it is kind of interesting the arc it was because I remember there was a period like during the Obama years when we were all like kind of stupid And we were like, oh, American Idiot seems passe. Like, we're kind of moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, not anymore.
And
now it's a
the thing is,
prophecy. Like,
yeah, and it always takes a Republican administration for Green Day to release good music.
or the threat of one.
Or the threat of one, yeah.
Or
so
a
like
practical Republican like Joe Biden. Let's keep it fucking real. Like,
middle of the Bush era, we get American Idiot. Trump is about to get elected. We get Revolution Radio. Like, there's a lot to look forward to.
I gotta
when that shit
revisit
happens.
Revolution Radio. I
Dude,
feel like,
yeah, it's up there.
because
I
did like some of the songs off the new album
Yeah,
that they played. Like, I did like way more than I've. Frankly, like, even other songs after American Idiot that I've liked, like a lot of the stuff in like 21st Century Breakdown, right? Like, I liked it way more than that. So I gotta check out their new stuff because I liked it a lot. And I gotta give Revolution Radio a bit, but like, some of their new albums are just kind of like pulling teeth.
yeah. Uno do Tre, we talked about.
Yeah,
Not good.
Uno Dos Tre and the Motherfucker for All. I'm not gonna stand on Revolution Radio. I'll revisit that before I give an opinion.
Do
But
it.
yeah.
But yeah, Green Day episode coming up.
Yeah, Green Day episode coming up, and we will dive deep into this tour. It was fantastic.
Smash, like, and subscribe for future updates.
Yeah. Don't be an American idiot because we don't have a lot of viewership anywhere else except for Brazil.
Hey, well, at least we got like a Brazilian fans there, right?
Yeah, we have a couple Brazilian fans.
It's something.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to talk about Tyler and Ian?
Do we?
I didn't write it. Somebody wrote
I did. I
it.
think everyone's
Okay.
talking about it. Vince Staples is talking about a hip hop race war. So
We've had enough this year. No more wars.
I
yeah,
mean,
no more wars.
He has his points because it's like Ian came out of nowhere.
He did.
No, I
like,
think
where
Tyler's
the
on
fuck-
point. I don't think Tyler's
He's on point,
line
but
at all. Yeah, no,
It's
that's
like,
my thing.
what the fuck?
I think Tyler's completely like in line. I don't think anything he's saying is crazy.
Did you see Ian's manager's response?
Yeah, he did.
Do you think Ian's going to respond?
No.
Yeah,
Probably not.
No, yeah,
I
like why
think
would
He's an industry plant, so he's not gonna know how to respond, and he's gonna have a bunch of writers to fucking write a diss, if anything. Come out
Jesus,
sounding like
don't do that.
Drake.
Has
don't do
Tyler
that.
has
Please
Tyler
don't do
ever been in like an actual like beef with
No.
diss tracks? No.
No.
Yeah, like that would be something insane to see. But
that would
also,
be
like,
something nuts to see. I don't think it will escalate to that. I don't think
No.
Ian is like
You know
that. Like,
At this point, I need to see a Tyler diss just for Jasper. Like I need. To
I
see
would
this.
love to see.
It's got to be a
Tyler.
bigger. It's got to be a bigger fish though. If it's a.
But
diss
who
with
would it
Tyler.
even be? Like, Tyler's just very friendly with everyone, though.
Honestly, I'm surprised more didn't happen with Pusha T back in 2021, and we've talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so Tyler and Pusha T, Tyler starting out his career was on Trouble on My Mind with Pusha T, right? They had
Yeah, I
that
love
song
that
together.
song.
And then there
Good
was like
song.
nothing for years. Pusha T was on Faith, the posthumous Pop Smoke album. And on the song We Made It, he has a verse where he says, what do you say? Tyler's got the biggest album of the year for now, referencing Call Me If You Get Lost, because it's 2021. But Pop's about to drop. I see the platinum in the clouds. About to drop, so real trap will stick around. You know, it's almost dry. The crown is only for a king. They're trying to place it on a clown. And I'm like, for something like that, like calling Tyler out that directly, I'm surprised there wasn't anything about it. Like the fact that Tyler squared up with DJ Khaled over some stupid shit and not that is surprising to me.
Yeah.
Maybe he just doesn't care.
Yeah. I
think it's
Again,
that because at the end of the day, like Call Me
I
If You Get
just-
Lost was better than the Pop Smoke album, and I think it's at least on par, if not slightly better than It's Almost Dry. So
Yeah, I would say it's on par. I don't think it's better, but yeah, no, I don't know. I think Tyler might have some J. Cole energy, to be honest with you.
But that's the thing we've been saying for a while. We could have crowned him the next Kanye in the other episode, but then it was like he doesn't want it, so why do
Yeah, like why? Yeah, that's a fair point. You know,
it's also just like not the. It still doesn't have the mass appeal, I would say, that like a Kanye ever did. Even if
Yeah.
he doesn't want it, it's like, even though it's like the songs are big and popular and get radio play, the people going to his shows are still like the art kids. It's like the demographic hasn't shifted, I think, that much from like the Goblin era. It's just those people have grown up, and now there's a new generation of them.
I
I feel
I
like
think
Tyler's
it's
pretty
definitely
big,
no.
though.
No, he's
I think
big.
like I think like your overall point is very valid and true. Like that, like he still has like a niche audience to an extent. Like
Yeah.
I think that's valid. I think when Flower Boy happened, I think that audience grew a lot.
No, it
Not
definitely
not
did.
just
It did.
like through age, which I agree with you. I agree with you because there's a lot of young kids who still find Goblin and fucking fuck with it who nowadays. So that definitely is a thing that happens. But I do think like a lot, like me personally, like I was not showing up to the Tower of the Creator releases until Flower Boy dropped, and
Yeah.
then that changed everything. I do think that grew his audience a bit, but yeah, you're right. It is a lot more niche than Kanye or most big name artists.
Yeah, the Kanye fandom is just like so universal across like so many different projects and eras. It's like it feels
It's
like
Kanye.
Tyler's fan base feels like a cross section of Kanye's, not the other way around. I think that's a big part of it. Or like a
I would agree
sample
with that,
of
actually.
it.
No. Okay.
But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it'd be hilarious if we get some silly diss tracks out of this. I would love to see Tyler versus Lil Yachty, like we were talking about in the group
That
chat,
would be
because Lil
fun.
That would
Yachty
be
Yeah.
more
was
interesting. That would
Lil
be
Yachty
more,
was promoting Tyler or Ian for a while. So
yeah.
we'll
That
see.
I would be,
Ian at Summer Smash.
Yeah, Ian was at Summer Smash. We did see him
and
perform.
it was
Like
something.
the crowd was going crazy. I didn't really hear the lyrics at all. That what he had that song like Suicide Watch or whatever. That was catchy, but that was about it. Like
Yeah.
nothing else was really caught me.
I haven't heard of it. Like everything I've heard about the Ian has been negative. So it's just like, what am I doing here? Like I'm not.
Because no one knows where the fuck he came from.
Yeah, it just pops off, and like that happens sometimes. But like that's it does leave a bad taste in your mouth when certain people move through the culture like they're
Like butter.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like don't
Well,
get me
that-
wrong, there's countless examples of people who do it right, but like I see why Ian rubs people like Tyler the wrong way because he rubs me the wrong way.
Well, I mean, then that's the other thing. It also impacts Lil Yachty because now people look at him like, why are you promoting him? So
Yeah. And like, listen, I like Lil Yachty. I don't think Lil Yachty's like awful by any stretch, but like, I don't know. He's always like, this doesn't shock me. Like,
it's Lil Yachty.
it's like it's Lil Yachty. Once again, I like Lil Yachty, but the bar is not high.
I was gonna say, how high of a standard are you gonna set for him?
No, not
I have a take for you all.
Okay.
I think Lil Yachty makes music for the majority that think they are approaching what is like highbrow art or like highbrow music. Like,
I
they
don't even
think
know.
that-
I don't know anyone who like even thinks highbrow who like listens to Lil Yachty.
No, I know. I'm saying like people who are like really into Let's Start Here. Like it's like this big revolutionary thing, but really it's like a bunch of recycled sounds and concepts from like the King Crimson prog rock era.
Yeah.
I think it's just like there's definitely a group of people who are into his sound who think it's like this new revolutionary thing generally, and that like he's
Yeah.
like a new path when really he's very into his influences and wears that pretty much on his sleeve, but for whatever reason he has this kind of this following that doesn't feel that way, it seems.
I agree that,
The-
that there's definitely that like dynamic existing directly after it started here. But I do think like he has like a wider fan base from like, his career before that. And
Sure,
like cuz it sounds like his newer stuff is going to sound more like what we would expect from Little Yachty than it starts here.
Let's start here. Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
I very much agree with Jasper on what that project is. I don't think it's awful, but it's just not very original.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But boy, did he take the walk to Poland, guys.
Dude, that
Oh
song
my
goes so
God.
hard, dude. I love that song so much.
Wake up, filthy.
Wake up, filthy. That goes so hard. Anyway, I think that's all it knows. Let's move on.
Okay,
No,
let's move on.
yeah.
Are we doing schools in session?
Yes, we
Are
are doing
we going
school-
to class compadres?
Yes. I real. God, that just took me back, and I
hate
want
this
to die.
so much.
I
Dude,
will.
I wish I could throw you into a dumpster right now.
Yeet.
Okay, class, pay attention. Yeah. Um, God, it's like a bunch of kids.
Why do I now need an SNL skit where Purvis is a press
No.
teacher, like
Yeah.
a press substitute teacher?
Nope, I will not. Now I feel like I'm Ernie on like the TNC crew, and just all you guys are just screwing around. But anyway,
we're hard to control.
I will reveal to Jasper and Jeff, because I did tell Brandon this earlier. We officially have gone through 100 names.
Incredible.
Which is actually very impressive. The last couple of times I've done this, it has not been randomized because the generator cannot come up with new names. So I have been hand selecting names,
Yeah.
and I have picked 5 for us. We will be starting off with Action Bronson.
Action Bronson.
S tier.
Action Bronson.
Bam Bam back Baklava.
Hey yo.
Best rapping chef ever.
Low key, like
The best chef rapper? Which way do you want to put it?
it's between A or S tier, right? Like, which one do I go
We
with?
don't have an S here.
Oh,
We're not
yeah.
doing it as
It's an A. It's an A.
I'm giving an A minus.
I'm giving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving an A.
A minus.
I don't think we've gotten like the definitive, like cultural saturation, like Bronson project yet,
Mhm.
and I think we could. I think we could get like something that is as well produced and well thought out as his current projects, but it has like the momentum of Only for My Jeeps. Like, I think we could do that. I just think we haven't gotten there yet. But I fucking love
Everything
Action
that
Bronson.
man.
Yeah, I
moves.
saw him this year. I've seen him twice live. I've been following him since One Train. I love Action Bronson.
I'm gonna add that to my list. I need to see him live.
Yeah, I
I'm
want to go
yeah.
A plus. I want to go A plus, but I would go A.
Damn.
I'm gonna go A just because I'm so here for the lore surrounding Action Bronson. Like, I'm not as familiar with his music. Like, I've listened to it, but I don't keep him in the rotation. But the memes and the everything else he does adjacent to the culture, his brand, his clothing, the collabs with New Balance, all that stuff is really interesting and really authentic compared
Have
to
you
what
watched
feels like a lot
Fuck
of it.
That's Delicious?
Yeah, and I've seen the cookbook too. I've been through it.
Yeah,
Is it a cookbook?
yeah,
Yeah, he has a cookbook out called Fuck That's Delicious. And
yeah.
it's his own recipes.
Yeah, I used to have it on my desk at work.
I didn't know it was a cookbook. I'm gonna have to buy the cookbook.
Yeah, me too.
So good.
My friend has it, but I have fully leaned into the accidental Bronson. Just anytime you're eating something remotely interesting, take a picture and do a thing. And so I want to leave y'all with a thing I made when I made
boy.
miso salmon
No.
last night.
No.
The internet needs to hear.
Here we
So
go.
I sent the gang a picture of
I'm
miso
gonna-
salmon I was eating, and I said, "Hey yo, rhymes might start a chain reaction. Bake miso salmon, I'm about that action. Bronson like Tom Hardy, and I'm hardly one to do distractions. You salt the dish, you a bitch. Infraction." Just gotta do it in his voice. It's perfect.
Oh, that sounded so much better actually
Yeah.
hearing it live.
Thank you. You gotta have the meter to it.
I
Yeah,
love
we
it.
should have played
I
an
love
Alchemist type beat. Like,
Oh, dude, we're gonna have an episode now of this.
yeah, we,
I hate
have,
everything.
we
I
all
love it.
like do like impressions.
It just reminds me of that video that went super viral.
That'd
where
be
it's like
super
the guys,
funny. Just
the
like,
guy's reading actual West Side Gun lyrics, and West Side Gun commented on it, was like, "Suck my dick,"
God,
because they were mocking his voice. They were doing like the pen and paper, ah! Like the whole thing.
dude, I don't care. Like, if I'm West Side Gun, if you ever see this, like, I mean this with love. I love doing the voice. The fucking, I say no bricks in the off-white Ramoa every time, dude. That goes so hard, man.
Yeah, because it's clear. You couldn't put bricks in there.
Yeah, you can bricks in the off-white Ramoa.
Dangerous.
Do it for
Jesus
the
Christ.
culture.
I just we haven't been this unhinged in a long time.
Derailed.
We haven't. I think it might be because of my boozy fake Arnold Palmer, but
Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna move on.
Action Bronson, Golden Boy, official Golden Boy status.
The gold was, yes.
We have to
For
get
the
him on this
podcast.
show. If we ever get him on this show, we're gonna do it in the form of a cooking video.
Oh my
If
god.
there's a larger artist that will end up on our show, I feel like there's a good chance it'll be him.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be Action Bronson or Dram, like or Shelly as he goes by now.
I was gonna say that's a deep cut.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a deep cut, Jesus. Okay, moving on, which I was actually surprised we haven't done him. Anderson .Paak. I'm saying A. I don't care.
A.
Oh,
It's an
A. I would even go A plus.
Yeah, I'd go A.
Yeah, I'd go A. Yeah, honestly, like when we talk about artists that are just so good, it's honestly kind of boring to talk about them.
This is one of them.
Anderson .Paak is one of them. Like he's just so talented in every single way. Everything he does is just filled with energy.
He's one of those unique musician rappers where he can do it all.
Yeah.
Produce, and he can do like live production, like instruments.
Incredible drummer.
Not just technical.
I liked his little cameo at the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Yeah. No, he's just an all around like kind of like a musical genius, right? Like it's wild, right? I don't think any of his albums are like any of my like favorite albums of all time, but fuck, I love Malibu, I love Ventura, I love Silk Sonic, like so
all of them.
And his albums are so commercial where you can hear it on not just like rap stations, you will hear it on like rock, pop,
R&B, yeah.
R&B.
Yeah. Oh, I remember the Summer Tints came out. Like,
yep.
Yeah, you'll find it on every station almost.
He's got some classic songs. Maybe not classic albums, but definitely a lot of.
100%. I mean, I'm not even necessarily saying that like he doesn't have classic albums. I'm just saying that like for me personally, there's not in like my, like Ventura just isn't gonna get the same play as like Damn or.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Silk Sonic, and Bruno,
so good,
legendary.
Yeah. Okay, on to the next name, Tierra Whack.
Tierra Whack, that's an A.
Easy. No idea. An A.
You don't know who Tierra Whack is?
No,
that's whack. I'm gonna have to put you on,
dude.
The infamous 15-minute album.
Oh my god, so good. The 15-minute album is incredible. She's easily one of my favorite female rappers right now. I brought up Worldwide Whack at the half year.
Yeah.
That was like one of my favorite projects of the year. I think she's fantastic. I was very disappointed that she wasn't on the Childish Gambino project. That was something I wanted to bring up because
that would have been cool. Yeah.
Well, he had teased it because he had like helped produce, like not produce. He had helped promote her project. So like I was like, oh shit! Like I was really hoping that would happen. But
I would say
she's
about
on Chief Keef.
Oh, she is on Chief Keef too,
and she has a great feature on Chief Keef. So
which is a crazy collab.
Yeah, no, I think crazy collab because she's not like she's a very artsy, like not like that. But
I want to know who reached out to who and how did you all end up in the same room at the same time?
Yeah, no, that's an amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm going A.
For sure.
I don't want to go A plus just yet because I do. It's very like iron is hot right now. But yeah, no, it's A easy.
I'm sitting about B plus A minus probably.
I'm going
somewhere around that zone.
Like B plus. I don't know the music as well. Like I liked what I've heard, but I haven't really like listened.
I need some more. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
All right, but Doja Cat. Who moved up significantly for me.
Honestly, yeah.
100%. Agreed. Honestly, yeah. Especially with some of that one song she has with Tizo is really good.
Ooh, I'll go B plus.
Yeah, I think I'm also gonna go B plus because I do think I have.
She's still early in her career.
The promise is incredible. The live performance is already at a high.
The showmanship.
Yeah,
the three of you can say that.
Yeah, the live performance is as good as anyone else. Like, low key, I thought she was better than Megan when I saw her. Right?
Oh, yeah?
Like, 100%. Like, just as like a performer. I just don't think she's had like the best project yet. Like, I think Megan has definitely elapsed her in terms of discography. Not that it's a direct competition between those two, but like just like as a shorthand. So I think she makes a lot of hits. I still am waiting for like the album to really pop off, because the last album, Scarlet, from last year was good, and the extended version added a lot of great songs, but just wasn't. It just still wasn't what I thought she could get at. You know, it's like, it's kind of like how I felt about Lovesick. Like, yeah, I thought this was like solid improvement, but it's not, you know, Hearthstone Psycho.
Yeah.
And we might get her.
Yeah, I think we will. I think we will, because she's still young. She's still super creative. And I think her live show is just proof of like the amount of effort she puts into things. So yeah, no, I'm just going B+ just because I still think we are still very early on the curve of her career, and that's it.
But we'll settle for B then, Jasper.
Yeah,
You cool
B+, A- for me. Like I said, showmanship, top tier, even early on. I think that the whole attempted rebrand with the new album was kind of gimmicky, but the album ended up being solid with a lot of actually really, really good hits off of it. So,
Yeah.
like Agora Hills gets stuck in my head.
Agora
regularly.
Hills is so fucking good.
And that's like the perfect example of her being able to do like a chill pop thing and then still being able to really rap over it in a way that's like very convincing. It's like she's really able to blend genres in a way I don't know a lot of other women in rap right now can necessarily do as convincingly.
Yeah,
I think that's like a strength for her too.
I completely agree.
I like that.
I completely
All right.
agree. Yeah.
All right, closing it out. This one might be easy. We've already mentioned his name on the podcast, and I don't know how we haven't done him. Westside Gunn.
S.
Yeah. He's boom, 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 boom. That's like
That's clear.
boom, 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 boom. No, yeah,
It's
no,
as high as you can go.
Did AA+. Yeah, dude, totally. I think
I'm putting it at the top.
I
of the
do
game.
think the West Side Gun thing can be annoying and navel gazy at times, and he puts out a shit ton of projects, and some of them are very like not even meh, but just like aimless, and like
You really have to sort through his
and
stuff
like
to get what you want.
and if you don't mind just sitting and chilling in the vibe, it's excellent, and the vibe is there, and the lyrics are there, but like, you know, they're not all, you know, Pray for Paris, which is just like a masterpiece, or 10, which is just like perfectly sequenced, you know. And I actually went back to And Then You'll Pray for Me from last year pretty recently, and that it's an extremely good album that is just very bloated, and it is like a shame how bloated it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where I think I talked about it when we reviewed that album. I feel like he definitely has like a super distinctive sound, and it really, really works. I think that a lot of times his subject matter is a little derivative and like a little samey. I think it's either you commit to being the Pusha T of your thing, like aesthetically, or you continue to evolve as an artist and discuss new topics and kind of progress, maybe give us something along the lines of a concept to go on. And I think that he hasn't necessarily gotten to that point. Hard bars in a vacuum, but I think his projects overall don't necessarily hold up the same way as like other artists in his like same age group, his same kind of popularity group, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree, but I'm not mad either. Like,
yeah, I'm definitely more of a casual, more casual listener for sure. Like,
definitely.
Yeah. I think it's fair to say he may not have a concept album, but he does have classic albums.
And I agree.
And an insane mixtape run with the Hitler Wears Hermes.
That is true.
Yeah, that's an insane. That and the Fly God is an Awesome God series. See, there's so many series, dude. It's like there's so many different things. Like, he does so much, and he's also really into wrestling, which is hilarious.
Crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I give him an A, maybe A+. Like, I love West Side Gun. I thought he was gonna be the next Kanye, and he still might be.
I didn't realize he put out a second album last year, or was on a second album last year.
Yeah, he puts out a ton.
It's so much shit, dude. Yeah,
a lot of music.
It's
bro.
so scattershot. It's crazy.
Put out a lot of music.
Yeah, I don't even know how they do it, but they just be making shit.
Benny the Butcher dropped an album last week.
And he has a new Black Soprano Family coming out, which I'm excited for. I love Black Soprano Family.
I'm pretty sure Bodie James dropped an album this year.
Yeah, he did.
Like they don't stop.
We don't
But
stop,
anyway.
dude. They need money real bad.
It's like- but
Yeah, all that
that's-
Hermes really, goes up in price.
it's true. It's expensive. They live an expensive lifestyle. I saw like his 3-year-old daughter like decked out in clothes that I will never afford.
West Side Booty.
Yes,
She's a
It's
star.
just like,
yeah.
now what?
I
But
love
yes.
I love when she shows up on the album. She's like, and then we're going to Copenhagen, and then we're going to the Louvre, and then we're going like,
That is a good skit. That's
yeah,
a good.
it's such a good skit. Yeah,
All right, that's cool. Congratulations, everyone who graduated again.
yeah. Ooh, what's that gun? Is the valedictorian? What an awful school. Like,
So your degree will go nowhere.
now let's talk about
Right.
smart people rap. Now let's talk about smart people rap.
All right, who wants to open it up?
We're talking about MADVILLIANY today.
Security, they're playing chess in the MF Doom mosh pit.
There's scheming going on.
Yeah.
What a history of MF Doom.
My mask keeps setting off the metal detector. Like,
This is the one thing I am actually very sad about that I did not like experience live, like in the peak of it all.
you say that until you're the guy who gets the Doom bot.
Yeah,
I guess
facts.
that's
And
true.
then you
That is
live,
true.
you live angry for the rest of your life.
Live in spite.
Oh my
Well,
god.
I guess to start off, Jeff, you have what do you think? Because were you on the last year of Doom?
No.
No, this is
No,
my first
This is
Doom.
his first Doom.
What's your
Yeah.
history of Sir Doom?
I've heard of him, haven't listened to much of him. So this was my first deep dive into him, really. And after this album, I question why I haven't listened to him more or done a deep dive before.
This is a really good fucking
Alright,
album,
yeah.
isn't it?
This album is really good. It's fucking amazing.
Fucking
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah, it's
No,
Like it's one of those perfect songs where you can be listening to it and do literally anything.
dude,
yeah.
it flows as an album so perfectly. Almost too perfectly.
How many
Like,
songs?
oh, you want to go down do a cruise down LSD? Oh, perfect.
You can just do it.
It's
I-
22.
No, but
22 in only 46 minutes.
yeah,
it's
no,
very
it's
good.
wild.
All of them's like 2-3 minutes, if that.
Dude, some of the best names. Dude, America's Most Blunted. Like, I know. This is the only Doom project that I listened to consistently before we did the Year of Doom.
Okay.
So, like, this one I only listened to a couple times this week because I'm pretty familiar with it. But, yeah, no. This was just a great reminder of just how hard Doom can hit at a high level.
Yeah.
I will say, like, and I was just trying not to say this as much when we were covering Operation Doomsday, which and Food, which I really like. But like, man, the step up in production really does a lot. Right? This is one of the best produced albums of all time. Easily, right? Like,
Easy.
easy.
That was going to be one of the main points that I brought up. The fact that Madlib jumped on this and kind of gave it some good structure.
Oh my god, dude.
Night and day.
It's unexpected in all the ways you want it to be unexpected. It delivers in all the ways you want it to. It has the grimy New York sound. I think the sketch format, which is still very sketch heavy, I think it works so much better on this one than Doomsday specifically. I think MF Food is probably still. I mean, I don't know. I think this is the best sequenced one, but Food is also really, really well done. I just think this one really takes it up a notch in terms of production.
This album, the pacing is way better. Like, it's way more consistent than Food. Food definitely has like big lulls where it's like
Yeah.
you get to the end of a song, and then at the end of the song, there's just like more instrumental from the same track, but then they go into like a big skit.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's like the skit flows into a song that flows into a skit, and they're all distinct.
That's
and it
totally
keeps you
fair,
moving
yeah.
through the project.
I agree with that. How many songs did you recognize, Jeff, if you didn't really listen to them prior? Because some of these, like, I feel like I'm one step further than you because I didn't have a lot of history with MF Doom, but, like, I knew the songs. Like, I knew enough. So, like, once I actually was able to go through this album, like, fully, it's like, oh, I know half these songs, like, already. So did you recognize, like, any of the songs?
No,
Okay.
not a single song.
Damn, so you started really fresh, Jesus.
Yeah,
I actually like.
yeah.
I think this might be MF Doom's most famous album, but I think a lot of his most famous songs are actually from Food.
They are, yeah. The higher,
Like,
higher.
yeah, like I think like if Jeff was probably more likely to have heard like One Beer or something.
Rap Snitch Knishes.
That's
Rap Snitch, you've
Which is
definitely
like the
heard Rap Snitch Knishes. Like it's like one of the most famous like beats of all time. Like everyone's heard it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
just couldn't recognize anything.
The main one to recognize is all caps off of this one. That is like, of all the things MF Doom has ever made, that is the most New York sounding thing I think he has ever made. Is all caps. It sounds like it could be a Notorious B.I.G. beat, honestly.
Definitely. And that East Coast flavor just is permeated throughout.
Yeah, 100%. Best album cover too. in my
Oh yeah,
opinion.
dude. This is I think just my favorite Doom album. Like I think just full
Yeah.
stop. I know it's like the cliched answer because it's Madlib and MADVILLIANY. That's also the name of like their group.
Their duo.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, no, this was just such an easy listen. But I will say, like, it does seem, and I think this is true for a lot of MF Doom projects. It does seem like it is so album focused that like even me, someone who has listened to the album a bunch of times, and definitely knows where the tracks end and where they don't. Like they blur together a lot, dude. Like it is.
I mean, it took them 2 years to record this album.
Yeah, no, it's insanely high quality.
Mm. What like at what point was he at in his career? Because I don't know the history of MF Doom. This was like towards the end, right?
No.
No,
No, this was still
No?
this was
This
still
was like-
relatively early.
I would say
Really?
this is more like the middle because he had a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff.
yeah,
he
this
did
is
from,
more
like-
of the middle
Yeah,
He did like 1992 to
because he started in '88.
yeah, but like 92 to 96 was like stuff that he did under other names.
yeah.
Mhm.
90,
Oh, that's true,
97,
yeah.
98 onward, he was MF Doom. And then Born Like This, which I think is going to be the last album we do of his for this series, 2009.
Jesus Christ.
So, but we have a choice. We could do that, or we could do the Mouse of the Mask, which I'm also very excited about.
Yeah, I
Either
would,
way,
yeah, I'm down to do either, but I would prefer to do Mouse and the Mask just because I like Danger Mouse and I just am
Me
a
too,
little bit more
yeah.
aware of him.
yeah. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna
so
do
like,
all of them.
and that's the thing is that there's just all these projects that he was putting out under different names, even at like the same time and stuff. So it's just everywhere all at once. Like Victor Vaughn, for example, is the name that he put out Vaudeville Villain under, which is why we didn't cover it. But that came out in between this and Food,
Yeah,
or
He put out
maybe
a
it was just
ton-
before both actually. But either way,
yeah. He puts out a ton of stuff under like different names, and it's can be very confusing. But I think that's the point. Like it seems like being like obtrusive and like in the way and a villain is kind of MF Doom's whole thing.
Mhm.
he's gonna make you work for it. to,
Yeah.
like, listen to music. Yeah,
Yeah. So definitely not an artist that was conceived during the streaming era.
I was gonna say that's insane. Like thinking about how we consume music now, I just feel like he
Yeah.
would not have gotten enough attention to like pop off.
Which is crazy because this is the era where he did.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Right,
If he were
like-
doing,
I mean, this was the LimeWire fucking era.
But
So
the thing is that even during the era when MADVILLIANY came out, he was still very obscure. He did not blow
Yeah.
up until like the 2010s when his music started getting placed in on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
after he died in 2020. So
Yeah,
it's-
I had friends who were into him like 2015, 2016, and like
yeah, like that's when
stuff
I
was
kind of
popping
heard
then,
about
but-
him. Was like when I was in like right before I went to college was the first time I heard MADVILLIANY, which was
Yeah.
maybe 11 years after it came out.
Crazy.
yeah.
What made that wave? I mean, I know you mentioned Adult Swim, but like something had to happen to just randomly blow up.
I think like
a decade later.
I think the thing that has been just I think his vibe of just being like obtuse and overly artsy and kind of kitschy, like just
he's from London. He's from England also. So like, you really don't see many English
yeah, I don't think that's
rappers
it at all.
blown up.
Well, he grew up in New York though, so like he was
Yeah.
only English at birth. Like that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
What do you know when he moved over?
Like when he was like,
In 2000
Younger?
and hold on, I'm like looking at the Wikipedia page right now. Where the hell is it?
yeah. I mean, before he started hip hop.
He settled in the UK in 2010.
Okay.
No, that's when he like moved after he blew like after his career.
He went back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he moved back.
Don't blame him.
Yeah, he moved to New York in like the early 80s.
Yeah, but he was still making music after that. Like he released a project called Neruvian Doom in
Yeah.
2014,
Yeah, I see
for
that.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a lot. So it's just super all over the place is the
Yeah.
thing. It's like tracking everything down and sequencing it is difficult.
But as I was saying, I think a
Yeah.
huge thing is that his kind of shtick of like the overly obtuse artist became more in fashion in the 2015s because when you have everything at your fingertips and you're not paying $20 to go buy the Victor Vaughn CD and then
Yeah.
when you have all that information at your fingertips, these kind of artists become a lot more approachable. So I think like that is a huge factor in like why he's blowing up now.
I mean, that does make sense when you partner that with the trend of like wanting to find underground artists.
Yeah.
Having streaming partner with that just makes it a lot more presentable and accessible. And I think he would be the best underground artist to ever exist.
100%.
Yeah.
This is
It
this
just
is
makes
the underground king of hip hop. Like
Yeah,
if not the literal UGKs, if not, literally like Pimp C in them, like it is MF Doom.
Crazy.
Yeah. But let's talk about Madlib a little bit because he has gone on and he has had a long career, still kind of like I think more in the spotlight than MF Doom. And like, what do we think about this in context? Like me, I was more familiar with Madlib from his work with Freddie Gibbs,
That is true.
Bandana, and Pinata. And honestly, like going back to this, it feels like it was literally pulled out of Bandana and Pinata.
What do you mean by that?
Like it
Like-
just sounds very similar.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know. It's tough for me because I didn't really get into Freddie Gibbs till like recently either. I feel like all of these artists live within a bubble that I didn't tap into.
So
until
I knew
much
about
later.
Freddie Gibbs when like Old English came out, like in 2015. That's when I learned about Freddie Gibbs. I didn't get super duper into him until I think Pinata.
Okay. Well, there's also like the Quasimodo stuff as well.
Yeah.
So like, it's just so many layers.
And he's also featured as a feature on his own song.
Makes no sense. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know Madlib's background as much as MF Doom's. I don't think.
You know? Dude, Madlib's so fucking good, man.
I mean, I believe, like, I will say now that I've done my research, like, I know all about Freddie Gibbs albums. I know about Quasimodo. I know about all of those things. But, like, I'm going through Madlib's discography on Spotify. And I don't know, 90% maybe?
Hmm.
But that's just my lack of knowledge. I don't know.
That's true. Man, he played at the Salt Shed this past May with Freddie Gibbs. I wish I could have been there. I've
Oh,
heard,
yeah, I remember that.
I've heard Liberation with Talib Kweli. I've heard Mad Villain, Pinata.
That name is old.
What?
Talib Kweli.
Yeah.
Not if you listen to College Dropout regularly.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Damn, you're right. He has been everywhere.
Yeah.
And he dropped 2 albums this year.
Yeah.
Or is a part of 2 albums this year.
No, and we're getting Maclib too.
That I'm excited for.
Eventually.
That
I'm
yeah.
gonna-
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, no. This is an album that it's like, dude, so much has been said about how great this album is. Like, what could we possibly bring to the table? And like I think
How
to
many
me,
more do we have?
yeah, I think to me, like, this year has been a great example of like, I think MF Doom is just like this lyrical, like in terms of just like putting a verse together and like breaking like language down to like phonics and syllables and everything. Like he's one of the best of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And
I would say this. I think this is an album that is very influential into some of the big rappers that we've gotten in the 2010s to now.
Definitely.
You can kind
Oh,
of tell.
definitely.
It's your
Yeah.
favorite rapper. It's like the title.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and this, yeah, because and you can tell, you can hear like so much of today's
Oh, when
rap in this album.
yeah, when especially like the more prestige, like
Hmm.
like true like hardcore hip hop. Like you can definitely hear this, and I feel like more than his other two albums that we've talked about this year, this one is the one that you can feel its DNA across, like
Yeah,
just all of mainstream hip hop.
and listening to this makes me just guess and wonder what the Mad Lib Mac Miller collab would have been like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, it might
because they
be.
were supposed to make a collab album before he died.
The Mac Miller
I think
estate
it's
said
still
it's
coming
coming
out.
out.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the Mac
yeah.
Miller's
I didn't see that.
his mom. It was like years ago at this point.
But they did say it should be releasing.
Yeah.
And like it sound like this, building off what you were saying, I feel like this reminds me of Shao Calhoun. Like it's just true to
Very,
traditional.
very like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like we've had Danny on the show. He's talked about his love from MF Doom, and I think he is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Like pretty much every rapper at this point has come out in the Doom mask. Like Drake did it. The Weeknd comes out in the MF Doom mask. Like what's going on here? Like
I mean, I can respect The Weeknd doing that, not Drake.
yeah, that's fair. We don't respect Drake for doing anything right now.
Drake coming
didn't
out
do it right.
in the MF Doom mask has got to be the biggest oxymoron in music. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
they are completely different in
Yeah.
every way.
But also just like the as far as the sound goes, like Mad Villain as a group, I think really set the tone for what underground rap was going to be like for the next like 20 years. Like, I think that's why,
100%.
like you're talking about Shaw Calhoun and like the sound and the kind of like the grimy texture that some of that has. I think that this is like what has informed that, and it's going to continue doing it, just even subconsciously for a lot of people.
That's true, and we need more of that in reality. I feel like we get a lot of due to streaming, just a lot of watered down hip hop.
Yeah,
and
we do.
low effort.
Oh yeah,
Which I mean, some of it's good. I won't knock all of it, but it is nice to revisit some of the albums like this. I guess one point that I did want to bring up, just in terms of a talking point, there's one song that has a chorus in this entire album.
Yeah.
There's one, and the chorus you can't even hear. It's like one of the weird songs that doesn't have the best mixing. So, like, do you guys feel like he could have benefited from a chorus? Do you feel like he should have had a chorus?
No,
Is
this
it
is
better
this is
without
old
it?
school
No.
underground hip hop.
No.
I think like some of the times when he has the sample be the chorus, I think that's probably as good as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I do think there's
for
something.
that time, for the era, that time,
No.
that day and age,
There was no
just
chorus.
it wouldn't fit because like when you hear this album and you think back to 2004, like this feels like a 2004 album, and you kind of like think back at those times almost. I feel.
I feel like there's a lot of albums in the early 20s.
Yeah,
that,
no, I don't think that because like
Don't
look at the
have-
Chronic. There's choruses all over that, and that's like way older than
Yeah,
this.
but for like
The
MF
Eminem
Doom's
show.
style,
yeah, no,
Okay.
that's
his
yeah,
style. That's
that
what I'm
like
saying. Like his
specific
style.
yeah. And like
Like-
honestly, I think that's like one of the reasons why like it can be a little impenetrable for a casual listener because like I don't want to say like it doesn't have great song structure, but like they do just all kind of like run together, which I get is like the vibe of like that era. So
Yeah,
I
so
don't
this
think,
feels like a 2004 underground
yeah.
album. It gives that vibe so much, and I think a chorus would just kind of,
Yeah. Because, I mean, that year alone, I'm pulling it up. You had The College Dropout. You had Urban Legend from T.I. You had Encore from Eminem.
Yeah.
all those artists were worried
Carter.
about
Nick Carter.
all those artists were worried about record sales.
I guess that is true.
Yeah. Yeah, because you
And
got to
that's
remember,
another-
like nobody listened to this when this came out. Not this
Right, I
was
was gonna
not.
say,
Yeah,
This
Like,
was very.
MF Doom was all about being underground.
Yeah, like no
I feel.
one. Yeah, no one had heard of this. It was like intentionally impenetrable. Like His like career is
I
like
was gonna say-
intentionally difficult to follow. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me
is
wrong though. Like, I'm happy that the work is still at the quality that it is, and like it eventually got its recognitions.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, too late. But
Yeah, I
If
mean, I was more talking about like when he started getting really popular in the 2010s off of Adult Swim, and he like headlined their festival and everything. That was more what I was talking about than his death. But you are right. Like it was.
still, that's still too late.
Yeah.
what do you think in a world where, let's say, he wasn't underground? Who would you want him to work with in 2004? Do you have like any names that would come up in mind?
Dude, yeah, MF Doom Eminem crossover would have been
That would have been crazy.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
Like we think of Renegade, the song, as being like a big moment, Jay-Z and Eminem. That if he had been known, this like the two of them would have blown that out of the water.
Yeah.
True.
And I think like more than anything else, I would have wanted I would have wanted, Matt like Doom to work with different producers. Like I'm
yeah.
like I would love a Doom Dre project. Like I think that's like the one that's top of my mind. But
That would go crazy.
give me 1 second. Let me see if
Doom and D12 would have been really cool.
That would have been
Like
crazy.
the original all D12.
no.
I want Andre 3000.
You
Just
know
a
what-
Oh my
crazy
God.
collab.
Dude, what I want, and this is annoying, and it's New York, but he made his first project 2 years before this. I want MF Doom LP, like give me that noisy
Yeah.
New York shit, like
You would have been eating good.
I would have been eating great, dude. And an El Producto Doom production, dude, that'd be sick. Like, and
Doom
honestly,
and Twista
like
would have
kind
been
of
cool.
Doom and Twista would have been sick because that's like
That would have been crazy.
that's like the two different kinds of like really dense lyricism.
Hmm
You know,
Picked up a skill of fast rapping.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Just like Doom is just like so dense, like you need to read the lyrics to get it.
Yeah.
I pulled up the lyrics on the second listen because I was
Yeah.
like, nope, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
Should we even do a track list breakdown?
I
Before
don't-
we do, I don't think we need to do that, but I want to just run through real quick a list of artists who have directly stated that this album was highly influential for them. Because I think that'll do more justice for like our listeners who may not know or be like, what are these old people talking about? What is this
Yeah.
old album,
It's going to be a long list.
So artists who explicitly stated that they were influenced by this album: Joey Badass, Capital Steez, Bishop Nehru, Tyler the Creator, Earl Sweatshirt, Danny Brown, Kirk Knight, Flying Lotus, Cashmere Cat, the neo soul group Jungle, Tom York from Radiohead.
Crazy.
Who else? The singer Bilal and Mos Def all cited this as being like a hugely influential project for them.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
That
names.
makes a ton of sense. Yeah.
And then you got to go further down the tree. Who did those people influence? Like,
Right,
it just
exactly.
keeps going. Like,
Yeah, right. It is
Like
just-
how many bands have been touched by Radiohead,
and how many
right?
and how many people like felt that and like aren't on the record about it, right? Like
Totally, yeah.
Like I find it hard to believe that this wasn't like an early Mac Miller favorite. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Totally.
100%.
Yeah. So it's really quite something. And I wish Doom was still here. I wish he
Yeah.
was still making music, but we have this to sit on.
this is enough.
Dude,
I'm
this
happy.
is
What did he die from?
complications
He had
with
a-
his blood pressure.
Yeah. He
He
was
was a
on
big boy.
medication for stuff and had an issue with it.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
It's like
And-
50, 49, 50.
Yeah.
49.
49.
Yeah. Yeah, he is like just the unanimous like underground king of rap. And I'm excited for October when we officially cover Doomsday and we do just like I don't know like what else we could possibly fucking say about this guy. Maybe we can watch like a documentary about him or something.
I would be down.
Yeah.
I, for one, am very excited about the actual Marvel Comics recognition of MF Doom. I don't know if y'all saw that recently.
Oh yeah.
They better do it
I
right.
have.
If they don't do it right, I'm going to be pissed.
I'm not talking about the movie. They put out a comic, like a comic recently in like a newer X-Men series that has a version of Doctor Doom inspired by MF Doom's look.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's super sick.
yeah.
Bet.
And you know now that they have Doctor Doom, you know the second we see that person, there's gonna be a MF Doom song playing. There's no way they don't do that.
they don't, I'll leave the theater.
Dude, I would throw my-
Robert Downey Jr. pulls up, and it's fucking that'd be insane.
Dude, I hope he doesn't take off the mask.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Anyway, this
Won't get
album's
into that.
great.
Yes.
Do we want to
10
talk
out
about
of
our
10.
favorite tracks? Because I definitely have favorite tracks.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but I don't
do
want to do a full track breakdown because it does there's so many skits, everything blurs together so much. But I think one of my favorites are easily America's Most Blunted, Shadows of Tomorrow, Rhinestone Cowboy, and Great Day. I think Rhinestone Cowboy is one of my favorite closing tracks on any hip hop project ever. I think it is in contention with Mortal Man. And it's insane. I really love this song. And I think it's an incredible closer.
I like that.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites also.
Yeah, I also like Figaro. Figaro was really great.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
one of
like
my favorites.
I think that's like an iconic song on it. Raid is also fantastic.
I'm trying not to because there are a lot of hits out of this album that I did recognize. The one song that really stood out to me, just because I don't know how I've never heard it, America's Most Blunted is one of the best songs I've ever heard.
It's so
it
good,
is
dude.
So good. It is insanely good. And when you pull up the lyrics, it gets even better. It blew my mind away. I don't know how I hadn't heard that song before. But yeah.
I think once I heard that song, that's when I started realizing I'm like, why haven't I
Go back and listen to Food. It's fantastic.
You're in for a treat.
Yeah.
I downloaded all his albums on Apple Music, so
Hell yeah, dude. He's fantastic.
Yeah, there's so many good ones. I love Fancy Clown.
Fancy
That's
Clown.
Fancy
That's
Clown
a
is
good one,
fun.
too.
Yeah, Fancy
Obviously,
Clown's
like,
a bit-
All Caps, Meat Grinder, Money Folder. There's a lot of good stuff,
40
but
and-
Fancy Clown is definitely up there.
And very unique features. Jesus Christ. But anyway. He doesn't miss. That's all I can say. Is it worth giving a grade?
It's an A+. What the fuck are we talking about here?
I mean it's an A.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah, it's 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 one of the best hip hop albums ever made. It is it is what are we even doing here? We are so out of our weight class talking about this.
We need one of those Always Sunny in Philadelphia breaks with the music where it's
I
the
love
gang
that so
gives
much.
the album an A.
Yeah.
Yes. That is
We almost did that for one of the first episodes, one of our in the first 6 months. I almost started one of the episodes like that, but we weren't on video yet. It was the episode where me and Drake we talked about Drake for an hour and a half, 2 hours while Isaac and Purvis were in Jamaica, and then 20 minutes later, Honestly Nevermind came out. And so I was gonna upload it with the Crew Manifest a Drake album. And it was
That's funny.
Yeah.
we made it happen. I was in Jamaica losing my mind, and I heard it, and I came back to my senses.
Yeah. I heard it and then I went to bed. What a great thing to drop at 11.
I was going crazy, but honestly, never mind.
Yeah,
That's very good. That was really good. I like that, Jasper. But yeah, no. Shall we do our Recs?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay, who wants to start off?
I'll go first.
Hell yeah.
My first one is gonna be a Gucci Mane song. I think a classic.
Already a classic.
It's Wasted featuring OJ the Juice Man.
That's
Certified
fun.
classic.
That's so good. I love that song.
Whatever you said, I knew it was going to be a classic. But that is actually amazing.
It's the perfect song to pregame with.
Juice, man, keep it 100. Who remembers Short But Shorty? The video.
Short but shorty.
Dude.
Short but shorty.
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic. I'm sorry.
I eat the red crayons because these are the best.
We're doing a video breakdown.
The symbolism. This is America.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was.
Why are you so good at the comic book guy voice? That's like
because I am that guy. I fight being that guy every
Read the
day of my
comic,
life.
like,
God damn it.
he is the comic book guy. What do you mean?
I am that man. I just am trying to wield that power responsibly.
Say the
All right,
line.
no.
No.
With great
Maybe
power,
right.
okay.
There it is. I've got one. I'm gonna go with the other wasted Juice WRLD featuring Lil Uzi Vert.
Nice.
That's very fun.
That's a good one.
That is
Two
one
good-
of my
two
favorite,
good wasted.
maybe my favorite Lil Uzi Vert feature of all time.
I like that.
All right. I'm doing a bit for one song. One song's a bit. This is a new bit I'm calling Bad Band Good Cover. It's when a bad band does a good cover of a song. And this is the cover of Rebel Yell by Drowning Pool. Rebel Yell is just a classic 80s rock song by Billy Idol, I believe. And like the original is great. Like it's fantastic. But Drowning Pool gave it like a more modern, more metal flavored version of it in the early 2000s. It's over the top and goofy, but so is the original, so I think it works. Drowning Pool has that really annoying song Bodies, that Let the Bodies Hit the Floor song.
Bodies hit the floor.
It's like not the worst song in the world, right? But
Even I know that song.
yeah, but they're not. They're just not a great band. Like no one's heard of any song that they made besides that one. But they actually have a really good cover of Rebel Yell by Billy Idol that I quite like. So I thought this is a new bit I'm gonna do where it's just bad band good cover. Like
It's okay. All right. For my first song, I was going to force you guys to listen to the Mavi Project, but
I want to listen to the Mavi Project.
very,
I'll do it this weekend. I'm gonna have a lot of time to listen to projects.
it's gonna be a treat. I did listen to the album, and I think the best song on the album is a song called "Drunk Prayer." This album is phenomenal. Highly, highly recommended. If you don't know who Mavi is, please do your research. This is going to be one of my new Golden Boys. He has been already, but I'm adding him officially to the list.
No.
My second song is going to be another classic. It's Akon with Gangster Bop.
Akon. Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
Deep cut.
Yeah,
Jesus. So
Who are you listening
this
to
this is
week?
this is a deep cut. Like not a lot of people know of Gangster Bop.
what are you, a black millennial mom?
I
Is that
mean,
allowed?
No.
Brandon,
Somebody
you know
say no.
Brandon, you know where we grew up, and you know the music I've listened to.
Yeah, no, you're right. This is very on brand for Jeff. I'm gonna defend this.
Like we were in a very diverse area.
Very diverse area. No, it's a great song. I love this. But we should stop trying to break Purvis.
I listened to a lot of rap in high school.
We did.
That's all I listened to really in high school.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Is it me next?
it is you next.
Jasper is laughing too. I'm not.
All right. I'm
He's
changing
just
it
shaking
up.
his head.
This came on my shuffle the other day, and I realized how much I need to get back to it. I'm going with "What's Going On" by Marvin Gaye.
Man. Classic.
Jesus, that's a good song.
Classic. That whole album, everything about that artist actually is just a classic.
The tragic tale of Marvin Gaye.
Man.
So sad.
R.I.P.
Dude,
Okay.
R.I.P. Marvin Gaye. All right, I'm gonna do another song. It's a song I saw live. It's my favorite Green Day song of all time. But it's a real deep cut. Like it's just not a song they would ever do in any concert that wasn't this last one we saw. It's Letter Bomb.
Yes.
Yeah, Letter Bomb is one of my favorite songs of all time. It also inspired my lifelong love of domestic terrorism. So, yeah, it is.
You know, that's one way to get listeners is, you know, getting the FBI to listen.
Yeah.
They gotta start listening.
How do I even close out this? Like what do
Quickly.
Okay.
Like, all right, moving on.
Yes, to close out the album because that was something. I think Jasper already saw it, but I've been screaming these lyrics to Jasper recently.
Yep, just out of
And
nowhere. 10 out of
man,
10.
it's been hitting. But I've gone back into the Yeet album that dropped this year. It's still in my top 10, I think, for this year. If We Being Real is one of the best songs that dropped this year. I don't care. I don't care.
If we're being real,
I don't care. If we're being real, this is one of the best songs.
You
this
spelled
year.
it wrong. There are numbers in the title.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't want to do it.
that's why I hate Yeet. He puts numbers in the title.
It's like
Dots over those A's.
Unless it's
the
like
stream- it's the
3005.
streaming
If
era.
it's all numbers, that's fine. But it can't be a mix of letters and numbers. What is this, algebra?
It's
Like,
the
I
streaming
hate-
era. We need search engine optimization.
No,
Come
I
on.
hate this.
In the podcast, we're done.